Well, hello. Welcome in, everybody. What's going on with my music? Okay, that's better. All right, we're at an interesting point in this journey. I don't really know what I want to do next. It's kind of like everything that I have left to do, I don't really want to do, which is where we ended last night. So, I want to look up, because I haven't done pearls in a while. And there's like a pearl, like step-by-step tutorial on Pinterest. That I like to look at. Like, I would like it to be like a little more iridescent like this pearl, but I don't know if I have that in me. Pearls are so crazy. Like, why it can't just be a little blob? Why I gotta have all this in depth? All it is hoopla going on. I think this is the one that I usually follow. And sometimes I just switch the colors up. And this is by Camila Cuesta. So you just do a base color, do a little something, something on the inside, a little something, something on the outside, and then boom. Okay. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to start trying to figure out what my base color for these pearls are going to be. I do want to get rid of the black line, I think. I'm just looking at my acrylics right now for a good base color. Maybe this. Hey, Stace. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, that's a pretty pink color. I think the base should be like a pretty neutral color, but it has to be deep enough where you can see the white highlights. So I'm just testing out. That's too close to white for the base of the pearls, so I won't do that. Maybe I want the pearls to be like a little bluish with a little iridescent, like pinkish in it. So like carry that. Oh, it dries down kind of deeper. So this is a contender. I just gotta see how it dries down fully. And this is a grabby acrylic marker. And this is the fine tip, because they also have the dual tip ones. Like these ones, where it's a different color on each end and they're brush tip. These ones are a little bit more translucent though. They're not as opaque as the fine tip ones. But they're good for layering. That's pretty. But it's super translucent. Like if I needed to black out something, it's gonna take multiple coats. So this one is juicier. Too dark though. Oh, I can get it there. Okay, that's interesting. So if I wanted to do this as my base, I'm testing out how I want to do my pearls for anyone who's just joining. And I'm looking at this little tutorial that is from Pinterest. Okay. So I'm gonna just let that dry down for a little bit. And then It's like a darker color on the inside. They use like a bluish hue. Oh, this one, the cap is like a blue, but the color is, what the? Do I need to shake it? Or is that just, yuck. Now why, now why? Okay. Wasn't exactly what I was going for. Alright, so let's do, see, that's gonna be too bright. It's not dark enough. I'm gonna have a hard time with this. And they're really small. So I might want to keep it like even more basic than this. I might be doing too much. So let me try to simplify. Because I don't want to get to a point where I'm doing all of this and then it doesn't translate when I make it super small, because that's what's gonna happen. So I think I'm going to use that base color, which was, I think this one. What's this color? This was too dark. Alright, I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna try this one because if I don't like it, it'll be the easiest one to fix. I'm trying to cover up the black lines. This is a grabby fine tip, extra fine tip acrylic marker. And it's like in a clay kind of color. They just get so much. Do I have a paper towel or something? They just get so much of the acrylic on the bullet nib at once. And then it starts to pool on the paper, and I don't like that. So I'm okay with a little bit of that black edge because I want there to be a little bit of separation, but I don't want to make it to be too blobby, so I'm going to stay within those constraints. And then we can add shading and stuff to make it look more 3D. And this is not white. It's probably peeling white. But this is like almost like a clay. So as it dries down, it gets like a little bit darker, and then I'll still be able to do white highlights on top because I didn't want it to be just white where I can't add any dimension. So see what it's giving. Okay. Whew, I'm super focused. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to hold my breath. Okay. These ones don't have numbers on them, at least not numbers that I can see. Is there a number on here? Oh, there's a clear number 8. Let me just make sure they don't all say number 8 before I... Yes, number 8. All right, see how it's drying down and it's getting a little darker than the ones that we just put down? So that'll give us a little room to be able to highlight. So I'm just gonna do this all over. These ones are a little more spaced out, so I might be able to completely erase that black line without it looking too blobby. I'll leave a little more of the black there because I don't want it to disappear. Yes, coloring classes will be towards the end of the month. But coloring 101 is not coming back in June. But we'll have coloring skin and coloring hair. Those will be the classes this month. Hey, hey. All right. I can never remember if my colored pencils like going on top of grabbies or they don't like going on top of grabbies. We will find out here and now, together as one. This is a page where I feel scared to finish. Like I'm dragging my feet a little bit. That's why I was like, let me just get these pearls done because I don't want to do them, which means we must do them. We must. I don't want to do the background. We must do the background. The background really has me shooketh because I really don't know what approach I'm taking to execute that glass slipper vibe I'm going for. So I don't know if I'm doing broken glass or maybe like prism or like iridescence. I don't know. I don't want to be unrealistic with my skills versus my vision because they are two very different things. There's usually a gap between the idea and the skill. So I have a plethora of ideas, but can she build it? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. The skills are always there, they're just lying dormant. The skills, I don't feel like the skills are always there. I feel like sometimes the skills cousins are there and they get together and they be like, close enough. Yeah, we can do that for you for the low. You know? Not gonna be the same caliber as if our cousin was here, but we're gonna get the job done regardless. and that's the best we can do. But I'm excited for it, so that's a good sign. Because that means I'll do what it takes. I'll do what it takes. The pen is like losing its juiciness because I'm trying not to prime it, because then it gets overly juicy. So I just have to do a few rounds, but I'd rather do a few rounds than have it be spilling all over the place. You know what I mean? Y'all's nephew was watching a Rubik's Cube review, as he does when he gets home from school. And there was a high-tech cube called the Wow Cube, and it does all these things. You could play games on, do all this stuff. And the man gonna be like, it's for, with tax and everything, it's about $345. This little boy gonna be like, it's pretty reasonable. I'll turn around like Ike Turner. Pretty reasonable to who? 300 American dollars? These kids got offshore accounts. Cause ain't nothing reasonable about a $300 Rubik's Cube. Nobody thinks a price is more reasonable than somebody who ain't never paid a bill. That's one thing I know for sure. These unemployed little boys and girls think everything sounds reasonable. You better call up Gigi. Call up Gigi and run your game, because I ain't got it. Shoot, I got my eye on a coffee table that costs about that much. I'm looking at furniture. We talking about $345. You talking about a Rubik's Cube? Hell no. He's sitting there nodding. Pretty reasonable. Almost got whiplash. I turned around so fast. Because he must be watching something else. Are you selling markers yet? No, I don't have a plan to sell markers. That's out of my wheelhouse. What's so special about this kind of Rubik's Cube? It was digital, so like you could use it like a regular Rubik's Cube, but then you could it had screens all over, so you could play different games, and it was like interactive, and it could teach you different tutorials and do this, that, and the third. It was a fancy way of trying to reinvent the wheel and put a new price tag on it. A Rubik's Cube is a Rubik's Cube. I posted it on Threads, and somebody was like, he need to worry about learning how to solve Rubik's Cube before he has that. A whole mess. I said, no, hold on now. The boy can solve Rubik's Cube. That ain't the issue. And I support the hobby. It's a great hobby. He's been cubing since he was 5. He could solve a Rubik's Cube in 34 seconds. So within reason, I'll get the boy the cubes. He got all the cubes. He got the 3x3s, the 4x4s, the 5x5, the Mega Mix, the Pyramix, the Ghost Cube, all the cubes, okay? He got all the cubes. I draw the line at the Wow Cube. I draw the line at the Wow Cube. Because what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And these YouTubers get on there, they know their audience is a bunch of kids. And they're gonna come ask their parents, and somebody's parents gonna buy it every time. All right, let's see how this goes on top of here. And it don't. And it don't. I'm gonna try it on my swatch. Maybe I need to go a little harder. I just don't want to chip, because this is paint essentially. But I want to add like a little bit of shadow, so maybe I'll go a little bit darker so that I can use less pressure so I don't chip it. Let's see. And for those of you who missed it, I'm looking at this pearl tutorial on Pinterest. And I'm not doing all those steps because these are small. But I do want to get like a little dimension going in it. Okay. That gave us a little something. Just so our white highlight can really have somewhere to sit against. And then I'm gonna take maybe my white Posca and kind of highlight. It's not doing anything really. White Caran d'Ache, because I want this to be like an under highlight, not the brightest highlight. We'll do the brightest highlight with white acrylic. I just want something to brighten the bottom half. It's not doing anything, so that doesn't help. So we'll come straight in with our white. This is my Sharpie. And I'm going to, how come it's not sticking? It's not sticking to the grabby. Interesting. It's like not adhering to it. I put it down, it comes back up. The Sharpie said, we play with Sharpies only. The hell is a grabby? Okay. Let's try my white Ohuhu. There we go. The Sharpie really said, I'm not sitting with no damn grabby. Childish. So childish. But I always got something for that ass, okay? I always got something for that. Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. All right. So the combo I'm using is Payne's Gray Caran d'Ache Luminance. Putting a little bit of that on the top half. Super light pressure, just giving ourselves somewhere for the white highlights to sit without blending with our base. And I'm barely applying any pressure. Barely, barely, barely. Barely. Okay. The white pencil did nothing, so we can skip that step and just add in our white marker. Now the thing about the Ohuhus is they are very juicy. So I'm just dabbing it on a napkin over here before I dab it on the paper, because it will blob beyond what you're asking it to do, and then you're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be missing. I'm gonna be like, girl, I try to tell you, girl. I try to tell you. All right, so now I'm gonna come in. This is dark brown by Prisma, and start to add some shading. Just to get it to pop. Yeah, they're definitely smudgeable. So I'm gonna try to work from left to right for once so that I don't smudge it by accident. Because they're so juicy, they don't, damn, music just bump it up louder. It will get a little too blobby and then it won't dry. So I just wanna keep my hand out the way. So this is the charcoal black pencil. No, this is a dark brown colored pencil by Prismacolor. What would be the best way to fix a shading error on skin? What kind of shading error? I would need to know the exact scenario so I can properly diagnose. Is there an eraser that will erase colored pencil, like straight colored pencil marks? It probably depends on the pencil. Some are probably easier to remove than others. I would get a little nervous that it's just gonna smudge it. So I would say maybe make a few stray marks on a scrap page and then see if you can erase them and make sure that it doesn't smudge. Usually I just ignore my strays. I say, ain't nobody gonna hold me down, okay? Because I really got to keep on moving. Ain't no stray gonna ruin my day. Amen. Okay. Very cute, very demure, period. So let's do the rest of these pearls. We have a strategy, we feel good. We should be able to wrap this up. Come in, just go right in the middle and focus more on like the top portion. If someone had patience and ideas, it would be cute to do all these little pearls and gems, different colors. But those flowers, picking out all those colorful flowers already put me in a mood, you know what I mean? So I was cool off that idea. And I'm mentally bracing myself for whatever we're gonna do with this background. All right. So now the pearls are a little small to make them look holographic, but I would love to see someone's take on that. It would be very tedious. It would be very tedious. And I don't got it in me. If they're a little bit bigger and a little bit fewer, I would have tried. I would have tried. Hey, welcome in. Thank you, Dills. Hey, Zeta. How you doing, girl? Whew. Si se puede. We did it. All right. Actually, I'm gonna let those dry down a little bit so that I don't smudge it trying to, well, I think I could. I just want to add like our shading around them. Again, dark brown Prisma. And just keeping my hand lifted off the book to reduce the risk of smudging. I'm in deep thought about the background. Okay. All right. I feel like I need to just start getting started on conceptualizing this background. That's what I feel like. Everything else, her earring, the leaves, like, you know, that's baby stuff. We gotta figure out how we're gonna do this crystal looking. How to draw crystal. Let's see. Maybe I can look up. See, I don't want it to be like broken glass. That's not the way I want to describe it. How to draw glass, perhaps. I have an idea in my head. I don't know how to describe that idea in my head into real life words. Let me start cleaning up some of this stuff on my desk so I can actually use my iPad properly and not have all this stuff out and in my way. I'm gonna keep my greens out, so I'm gonna use those for the leaves. Put my skin tones up. Put my colored pencils up. Even though I will be taking these back out, but I just need everybody out my way. Everybody out. Big mama in the kitchen. Out. All right. Cool. Sometimes you just gotta think. You can't hear nothing because you can't see nothing. You can't see nothing because you can't think nothing. Why don't you post the finished page here? What do you mean? I'm confused. All right. So. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. Like these kinds of things that are happening in there, like these kinds of things, like those kinds of things in the background. How do I do that? That's what I want to know. How does one do that? This is watercolor, which is crazy. This is Prism. This is what comes up. I just don't know how to do that. That's the issue. I see it, and then now I don't know how to do it. I don't see any tutorials when I searched that. So, I mean, it's just a bunch of colors. I feel like I could kind of abstract it. Like if I look at it, and I just take it section by section and just draw it the way I'm seeing it. Am I that confident? Hell no. Hell no. I'm finna have to be. These watercolors are so crazy. These are crazy. Like how's that? Huh? The thing is that when you break it down, it's actually not probably that hard. It's just the pulling the shapes out and then just doing the blends. It's just overwhelming to look at all of it all at once. But if you look at it section by section, it's probably not that bad. Oops, clicked on something. It's just the geometrics. Hey, where'd my music go? And like, do I want it to actually be a shape? Or do I just want to do the random geometrics to fill the whole paper? Because if I wanted to fill this shape, it would probably be like an X in the middle behind her that's like prisming out. Alright, I'm going to start saving some of these as references. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello. No one told you to go back. Alright, I'm going to save that one. I'll save this one. Why does my music keep stopping? Look at this. Someone who's actively doing it. That's helpful. I'm pissed. Pissed. I could have just not said nothing and just did something simple. This looks like something. You know? Those shapes look good. The shapes help me process what I'm doing. So I do like that. There are artists that like do this exclusively. I'm like stumbling on a whole new world. It's a whole new world. Wrong princess. Like, what are you talking about, people? What are we talking about here? What about a pumpkin? What about a pumpkin? What do you mean? All right. I want to find one of those like geometric patterns for like a more square shape. But I guess I could kind of improvise. All right. I've done some market research and it looks like step 1 would be draw out the shapes. Step 2 would be color in the shapes. Okay. Sure. Fine. We're here now. Too late. I done opened my damn trap again. Pencil. Check. I don't want to do this no more. Not even do it yet. Alright. Make sure the lens is clean. Because I need y'all to see. It also doesn't help that there's a person in the middle. It helps where I have less like surface area to cover. But this is something I would like to start from the center. And I cannot. I cannot start from the center. So that is perplexing to me. I'm gonna like think of it in quadrants. It doesn't appear to be symmetrical in the examples that I'm looking at. I might say I don't care. So like this is like the vibe I'm going for to represent the glass slipper, okay? So someone with a race car that lives down the street. So sorry if you can hear that loud ass car. I think it's gonna be very forgiving. Anything you gotta tell yourself, sis, just go ahead and tell yourself. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. Alright, I'm gonna use my swatch sheet as a straight edge. This is my Ohuhu swatch sheet. It don't even gotta make sense. It don't. Alright, I'm gonna try and zoom you guys out a little more. And I'm gonna start. And I'm just generically replicating the lines that I'm seeing. Let me turn my notifications off so I can see. Because you covering up my stuff. Alright, so there's something coming up this way. And then within that, there's something coming up this way. And then that's a triangle. Then there's a triangle here. Then there's a smaller triangle happening here. It doesn't go all the way up. Then there's something connecting here. It's like that. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So this is that line. Then there's something, oh, I see. This is one line continued. And it is not parallel to this line. It's angled a little more. Okay. And this line is coming down all the way across. I like to see that. Oops. Got a little wiggly. All right. Okay. That comes all the way across. That's there. This comes down. And it stops where, about here. there's another line. Oh, it looks like there's something happening this way. So I can kind of connect it like this, because that goes all the way up and across. Okay. So that's it. And there's a triangle coming here. Then there's something dropping down here. Okay. And then in here, there's a straight edge here. And then something happening. Oh, we already got that line covered. Nice. And then in the middle of this one, there's something coming up. There's also something small right here. Okay. Now underneath here, there's something that's coming down right here. It's taking up that entire section. Okay, so we have this jutting out. There's like a little tiny line right here. We'll include it. I feel like the more lines you include, the more interesting it becomes. Also in here, that's what this line is. This line feels, but it's okay. It's a little more over than what I'm looking at, but this is my world. All right. So now this section, so this is this one. This comes down here and this is here. So here, there's something that connects up into here. And there's something that goes straight up here. Then that follows this edge. Then there's something that comes straight here. Something straight here. Oops, that was wiggly. Something slanted here. Something even more slanted here. Okay. So now we have this triangle. So I need to complete that triangle. It's gonna come off and extend, and then it's gonna come down like here. So if this were here, this would be coming down like here. Okay, and now I have this triangle that I'm working within. So there's something cutting across here. I'm talking y'all through it. I hope that's like enough entertainment for y'all until I get through these trying times. Because focus me. Usually this is something I would do behind y'all's back, because I can't really read the chat and do this at the same time, but I figure you guys would appreciate a peek into my madness. And there's a goddamn bat. Why can't I just work in peace? All right, so I'm here, then I'm here. And this is not going to be exact by any means. And I've already absolved myself of that responsibility, because that will actually send me into psychosis. This is like a little slanted here, and then it comes down this way. What happened to a sunset? I don't think I ever said I was doing a sunset for this page. This was always the plan. All right. It's like a little, it connects right here. And then there's like a little bit of a gap. Oh, my tripod's in the way. Like that, okay? So that's that. This is that. So I need to come up with a line here. Okay. And there's a line here. All right. Now I'm gonna do this and this, and then Connect those there. Okay. So that's that. This is that. So now we have some stuff coming out of this section and going up. I'm just gonna freehand that because I can't get my thing that close to the edge because my phone stand. I'm literally like under the camera right now. I'm damn near on camera right now. I'm on the book. Okay. So that's that. But this needs to come. And it needs to be more narrow and up that way. And then there's like this weird little sliver here. Okay. Making our way downtown. We did the whole top, whatever. Whole top of the page. So now, let me find my spot. So now I'm here. And for anyone who is not aware of what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. We all know I got mental health issues. Just let me rock. Just let me rock. All right. I don't know. I felt like we made good time with this little spread right there. So now, let's see what we got going on. If I'm here, that's that apex right there, and there's a line going down here. Then we come down here. Not quite here, but at the end of here, there's a line. Okay. This section seems like it's actually pretty straightforward because you have this triangle here. There's a line coming this way. You can continue down. Then there's like a little sideways thing here. Then we come on this side, bring that down. Then there's another one that's coming more inward. Inward? Watch your mouth. Then this is coming down here. Coming here. This is like way more slanted. Okay. And then that's like at this kind of angle. When I was in college, I actually took a class called Geometry for Artists. And you know what? Hell yeah. It all makes sense now. It's all making sense. I actually did not do well in that class, if I recall. And now I shall pay for my sins. I wasn't doing well in that class because I met a boy and I didn't want to go to class because I wanted to be up under my boyfriend. Which that was the correct investment because we married. But I had a hard time going to class for a little bit when I first met him. I was a little distracted, yeah. A little distracted. Something didn't sit right with me when I had to go to class and he was sitting up in the bed watching Bad Girls Club. Something about that didn't sit right with me. Like, but I want to sit up here and watch Bad Girls Club. Why you don't gotta go to class? If you don't take yourself to class, I ended up getting better grades with him in my life than I did I think the semester and a half before him, I was really not doing good. When I first met him, I did slip. But then I got 4.0s for the rest of my college career. He was a great influence. Just that first puppy love stage, I wanted to be up under him. as an 18-year-old does. So I can't really tell you too much about geometry for math or geometry for artists. My girl Wendy, shout out to Wendy. She used to let me see a little something, see them notes. Thank you, girl. That's coming down. So now we have this triangle that's coming down from here. It's not gonna look like a triangle because the leaves are in the way. And that's there. Then there's like this little itty bitty triangle here. And then something coming down off the side here. What? Commercial disclosure and paid. I did not disclose anything. My live does not contain the content. No, it does not. My visibility has been restricted for 10 minutes. Okay. I was literally talking about my college. My college doesn't even exist anymore, so definitely wasn't promoting it. And I definitely wasn't promoting not going to class. Take your ass to class, y'all. I don't know what TikTok tripping on. All right. So I have that triangle. Then here it's coming back down around this way. Right? And then it's not quite there, but it's more here. And then this is coming in almost bowing. It's not actually straight, it's curved. And then it's straight from that point down. But then over here, you got a lot going on because you got this triangle that's coming in, whoop-de-woo. Then you got that over here, don't gotta do anything. Then you got this that's coming down. Then you got that that's coming down more in like that. Then that stays like that. Cool. All that other hoopla, she's in front of. So I don't have to do anything with that. Cool. This is a part of that shape. Cool, cool, cool. For anyone, again, who's just joining, this is what I'm replicating. So bear with me. I'm making excellent time, if I do say so myself. Now when we get to coloring, it's gonna be something else. All right. So now we're gonna do this bottom corner. So we got this line that's coming down. Within there, I'm not gonna be able to put it that way. Within there, we have this larger triangle that's coming down. That's here. And in there, we have different sections. So right at this line, this actually was supposed to be up a little higher. Don't give a damn. Here, 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 more down, here, tiny triangle here, back this way, but more close to that one here. Okay, then we have a bigger triangle that's coming this way, and that's coming back up here. Then it's forming a little triangle here. this is forming something here. But you're not gonna see too much of that. And this actually cuts all the way across. Then slightly off center from the bottom triangle, not quite there, here. Then that's divided into a section here, which is then divided to a section here. Cool. Whew. We're basically done, bro. We're done. We're done. All right. I'll be interested to figure out how I figure out what would be there, but I'm gonna work from the out to the end. All right, let's see if I can find my spot over here. So we have these things here. There's a leaf here that's covering all of that. Then you have this line that's coming actually all the way down. So that'll be a guiding line for me, helpful. So up here in this cut, we have things that are pointing towards the center. So it's not the direct line from here. It's if I took it and went like this. Then from there, I tilt this way. Then I'm tilting this way. Then I have a little triangle here. It's kind of like this, but that's a little more over. That should really be up here because it's blocked off by that. So that's that. And then from there, there's something shooting down. Oh, let me not say anything that could be misinterpreted by TikTok. Coming down. Then it's like coming in here and then connecting like that. From there, we have this large block of solid. Okay. Then that's coming down like this and then cutting across like this. Then there's a triangle inside that's continuing on that line. Okay, let me use that guiding line to bring me into this little cut here. And then there's this rhombus shape that you won't be able to really see the rhombusness of it in this little alcove. And then a triangle. Okay. All right, we almost done. We done. So that's this shape. Then you have this coming off, and it's almost like a parallel line here. And then it gets skinny up here. Then we have a triangle here, but it's also being cut by a line that's coming all the way. It's not connecting there, it's connecting here. And it's coming all the way down. Okay, so we have this line, and then there's this triangle that's happening inside of here. Then there's this thing happening here. And then it's, okay, that's like that. Then you have, is this happening inside that triangle? This is right there. Then down from here. that's cutting up. Then this is cutting down. Then there's this triangle happening here. And then that is cutting back up. Then this is coming, it's not quite pointed. Oops. Now when it comes time to color in this, I don't want to hear, let me be clear, I don't want to hear no, oh, you should add some, I don't want to hear none of that. You should do a pop-up. No, the whole thing is the pop. Y'all don't stress me out anymore on top of what I'm already putting myself through, okay? Oh, we should add a little. No, you add it. You add it. Okay, I'm tired already. We didn't even start. All right. This comes down. Oh, this comes all the way down. Okay. Then there's this thing happening here. And then this thing happening here. And this. And this. Woo! All right. Deep breath. We did it. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Hey. I deserve all the waters. Oh, this tastes good. That is cold. Oh, y'all. The vitamin that I take, that I don't take, that I'm supposed to take for my low ferritin is ferrous fumarate. Ferrous fumarate. Whew. Now, I fear that was the easy part that we just did. I fear that was actually the easy part. And for that, damn. Damn. Yeah, it wasn't close. I knew if I heard it, I would have been like, ding, ding, ding. I knew it wasn't a phosphorus, but that was all I could really tell you because I don't take it like I'm supposed to. I'm getting my blues and grays together. There's little hints of lavender. There's little hints of green. Damn. I'm stressed. I think I could start with just my grays and blue grays for now. Because those parts are like closer towards the inside part. I'll start with these colors for now. I was doing the thing. Finally, my teacher told me I was gonna need that one day. A squared, is that A squared plus B squared equals C squared? That sounds about right. All right, actually, you would be cute too for some of these lavenders. All right, I'm just gonna take it section by section, okay? Starting here, I think. And, hey, let's do it. Let's get into it. And I'm not going to try and make the colors look exactly like the reference because that's not gonna serve me in my time of need right now. I can't sit here and try and color match it. I'm gonna basically assign colors like, okay, when I need something around that color, I'm gonna use this color, and that's gonna be my mental process. I'm really gonna be paying more attention to tonal changes versus hue changes. You feel me? You feel me? All right, so I think I'm gonna come in. Why am I sweating? I know why I'm sweating, but why am I sweating? I'm gonna scooch y'all over, and I'm gonna come in, try and get like a little more optimal positioning for you. First color, Payne's Gray 30%. And I'm gonna take my thing out because we don't need that. And I'm gonna lightly put colors in. I don't wanna come in too hot and heavy straight off the bat. So I'm gonna lightly add these in. Thank you for the nail. In each section, there's like little gradients happening. So I'm being mindful of that. I'm paying attention to those little sections. So for this one, there's like a bluish gray highlight happening with like a little white halo, but it's like a little more, blue than gray in that one little spot with like the tiniest little white center there. And then there's also like this hint of blue, and this is Seagull Blue by Ohuhu. And there's like this little blue cast that's coming off of there. All right. And then we can start to deepen the color once we have it mapped. I even wanted to go like a little deeper in that cut. So I'm gonna come and this is Payne's Gray. And then blending that out. I feel like you could, if you wanted to do markers first, I feel like that's just an extra step, but it might make the color pencil process faster. But I really just want to feel out how I'm doing these gradients. So it was a skip for me, but definitely something worth considering if you ever try this in the future. And I'm going to be a little more light around this edge since we have this blue. And it's not a true gradient, it's actually like a pretty hard edge. But I'm still going to kind of give it a little bit of a blend. Don't worry, we're not trying this. Somebody will. I'm sure of it. I'm also going to make a lot of the details bigger when I'm coloring it so that it's more visible and worth my time, because I don't need anything to be too nuanced in this here project. Okay, I need everything to count. all it is. I needed the girl for something. So what seems to be important, like I feel like you could really freestyle a lot of these like gradients and things. You just need to have good contrast between the pieces next to each other, it appears, and keep your lines crisp. I feel like you do that, when you're done, it's all gonna make sense. This is almost like creating a puzzle. That's what it feels like. Like all these pieces, when we're done, will come together and be a beautiful mosaic, you know? No, I'm actually sweating though. I feel hot from the inside. My outside body's not hot. I think my brain is overheating. Something's happening. An internal inferno. All right. And then this little corner was a little blue highlight. Do I have even lighter gray? This is silver gray. And I'm gonna kind of blend over with this to help us with some of these gradients and just to smooth. It's like a filler color. Thank you guys for the follows. Like, not to be funny, not to sound entitled, but I deserve you guys to follow me, okay? I'm working really hard, okay? I'm doing this for you. Look, I made this for you. So if you're not following me already, please consider doing so. Okay. Due to compulsions beyond my control, things like this happen all the time, okay? If you're enjoying me torturing myself for my art, this is weekly, baby. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to get left behind. All right, and then a little white highlight. I do not do my own printing for my books. I work with a local printer who prints all my books for me, and then I now have a publisher that prints some of my upcoming books that are on pre-order now. So now this section, it's like a little bit of light blue here, just on this edge. Then this one is a lighter blue, a lighter gray on that edge. And over here. And along this edge. And then it turns into almost like more of a French gray in the inside part. Let me sharpen. So this French gray is like on the inside part. almost triangular shape here. And then it comes around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. And then the rest of that is white. Okay. So I'm gonna come in. Ooh, Z, I can't wait to see. Is it done yet? Is it ready for viewing? Or are you still finishing it up? All right, back with the silver gray. I'm gonna go over everything with the silver gray to get the blend. Hell no, I'm fighting for my life. But love is so far. That's all you can ask for, okay? That's all you can ask for. I have so many thoughts of regret running through my mind, but still I rise. Okay. White Posca to blend. And to make sure my lines. Ooh, this is a better color. Hey now. Hey now, say now, I'm all about my yen. Alright. Just want that line to stay nice and crispy. Thank you, Linda. I make coloring books, all African American, so you should check them out. I made this book. All right, let me move this on top of this. All right, so now this next section is like a darker with a little bit of highlight in the middle. So I'm gonna come in with Payne's Gray 30 again. And if you are new, we're doing a prism background to represent Cinderella's glass slipper. Cinderella. So I'm going to come in and drop this on the inner part. I'm glad I waited to do the leaves because I don't know what color I want to do them. Because green is not going to make sense. So I'll wait to the end to see what the vibe is for that. Because there's going to be a lot going on. And then I'm coming in with Payne's Gray. And then there's also like a white edge right here. So I'm going to just add that in now so I know how far I should go. I should be a master with color pencils by the end of this page. That's what I do now. happy with that. And now I'm just adding more pressure. I'm gonna have to just keep reminding myself to not rush and small strokes so that this will be worth it. I don't want to rush it and not be happy. So it's not going fast, but it's not a terrible speed. It's tedious, but I do feel a sense of completion each time I finish a little section, so that's releasing enough endorphins, I suppose. Bring this around. Make sure that's crispy. Let me get my fan brush. Take a sippity dippity. All right. Then we'll come back. It is kind of like a bluish color though, so maybe I'll come in with steel gray on the inner part and use that to blend. Yeah, I like that better. It's a little more contrast to the color next to it as well. And it has that blue undertone. Hey Gina, how you doing? Night night. When you called me earlier, I was on the phone with my mom when I was on my way back from our pizza lot date. Michael was fussing at her. Like, first Auntie Nat calls when we were trying to jam in the parking lot, and now you're calling. It's just so damn rude. Oh my God, who raised you? She said, well, I wasn't calling for you. I was calling for my daughter. This is her phone. I wanted to see if she wanted me to make her some chicken salad tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, you shut up. Get in the way of my damn chicken salad. Yes, please, mommy. Do you ever feel pressure to not make any mistakes when coloring? I don't think not to make any mistakes. I'm okay with making mistakes because I have a lot of ways to fix my mistakes. I think I have more pressure to execute the ideas the way that I think that they're gonna look, and then when things don't turn out the way that I want them to, then I start to get a little worried. That's when I feel a little more pressure, but mistakes happen. So I try not to get too caught up on that. That definitely came with being more confident and coloring more, practicing more. Because now I have a lot more tools in my toolkit to be able to fix stuff. But early on, I feel like I was a little bit more mistake conscious. Now I'm like, whatever, as long as the vibes are right. We'll fix it. Okay, and then there's like, but the leaf is blocking that, so that's fine. Okay, so you have that white stripe, and then on the other side, you have like a super dark line here, opposite of this super white strip. Okay. So that's crispy. This one has like really subtle color shifts in it, so I'm gonna have to probably punch up the contrast a little bit more, because again, I'm not going for anything too subtle on this here page, because we working too hard to be subtle. So I'm gonna come in with French Gray 10, and this is not an actual like harsh line in the prism, but there is a defined separation between these two colors in this one section of the prism. So I'm going to do that. And it also is brighter on one end, so I'm going to leave that negative. Blend. So it's like more French gray on that side, and then it turns into more of a cool steel gray on the other side, with a little bit of a lighter highlight. I do paint sometimes, but I'm not good at painting, but I do it privately and not very well, but I enjoy it, so I do it. And then I hide everything. I'm like, that's not for you to see. Okay, and then let's do Payne's Gray 30. I'm gonna have it blend upward. Girl, you're not hungry, you're just stressed about this damn page. My stomach trying to act like she hungry. You had not one, not two, but 3 slices of pizza and a breadstick. Girl, you is not hungry. Quit playing. These are lies. You just rather be eating than dealing with this. This mess you done made. No, my paint is really like, it's really very elementary. It's not giving Picasso to anyone. To anyone. I had to start putting it up because Michael would come in and be like, I'm like, just stop. Don't don't get to doing your think pieces, little boy, because you're gonna hurt my feelings. Just be nice to mommy, please. No one wants to hear a 7-year-old's opinion on anything that they care about, okay? Because you're just gonna hurt their feelings. Sometimes we don't need the truth. Sometimes we just need support. Sometimes we need encouragement, okay? The truth will always be there. You know, in time, I'll find my way back. But sometimes I just want to hear good job. That's all I need right now. No negativity. Alright, I'm going to curl it in with my white Posca. Start to blend some of this. What's scary about this piece is it's going to be one of those things that until it's done, we don't really know. We don't really know the vibes. And that's spooky. That spooks my gooks, if I do say so myself. That spooks. Thank you, Mickey. You can already see it? Really, Hannah? Oh my gosh. It's happening? It's happening. Thanks, Mimi. Oh my gosh. Okay, that gives me hope. You give me hope. I'm trying to acquire this skill as we speak. I don't know if this skill counts yet, but I do have a reference that I'm looking at, and I'm just really trying to take it section by section. Just section by section. Okay, so you know how I was grossed out by seeing the girl with the two raw cookie dough logs dipped in the bowl of strawberry milk? Well, today, that's how I know these phones be listening, cause now I'm being hunted. I'm being hunted and gathered by the algorithm. Okay, cause I was on Threads, my safe place. Okay, and somebody posted somebody eating glazed donut with sour cream. I'm already gagged. Then she put not one, not two, not three, but 4 fish fillet patties from McDonald's on top. I couldn't watch the rest. Who knows what else happened? This has to stop. I have to stop. Like it's like a car crash. Once it pops up, you get stuck. You get stuck. I need to scroll past. I need to hit not interested when people repost it. I can't contribute to this because people are doing this because people are watching it. I saw a young 24-year-old influencer that used to eat beauty products recently passed away at 24. Now, I didn't see the cause of death, but I would assume eating beauty products probably didn't help, whatever the underlying case is. But we really have to be conscious of the content we're consuming. People are hurting themselves. This is getting to an unhealthy level. So I'm gonna start blocking. I don't want to be a part of it. Because there was somebody who passed away on live mukbanging. Eating, and like, I think like her stomach couldn't take it anymore on live. That's not normal, people. It's not good. Is anyone worried about their health? Alright, this is the darkest gray I have. Because this one needs to be dark. I need something darker than this. When was which incident? The one that was eating on live or the one with the beauty products? I need a darker one than that. Did you see the girl who unbuckled herself? No. Oh my goodness. No, I did not. The one that passed away on live, that had to be over a year ago now. She was an Asian mukbanger, and it was a big deal at the time. A huge deal. Whew. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. Alright. I think for the darkest areas, they're still kind of blue, but I don't have a blue deep enough, so I'm going to coat it with a little bit of black in the layers to get it deeper. But I need that contrast, so I'm going to layer it a couple of times with some black in between. Then I'm going to come, I think, with my Posca. Yeah, this is my Posca in number 9. Poscas are nice because they're oil-based. A little bit creamier. And less pressure on the wrist. We must protect the wrist at all costs. And then I'm going to come back on top with the black to get that deep color without it being pure black. This one, I'm just going to come straight in. I think I can do just the blue here and then the black on top and see how that works. If we can skip a step, we skip a step. You know what I mean? Anytime we can skip a step, we skip a step. Yep, that works just fine. Okay, this section is very navy, a little bit more deep at the top, getting a little lighter towards the bottom. So I'm going to fill this whole thing in with Posca number 9, Chanel number 5, Posca number 9. It's gonna be like a Medusa page. It's gonna make me crash out, and then I'm not gonna color for 6 months. I'm gonna talk about a prince of my day. A prince of my day. Medusa really wore me out. This is not wearing me out the way Medusa did. I will say that. Medusa had me crying for my mommy. I don't even know, like, if I think about, is that the hardest page I ever did? I'd have to think about that. Like, was it the hardest or was it just overwhelming? I think maybe both. I can't think of anything harder than that, but I gotta really think about it. Hi, Billy. Alright, I'm gonna come in with the black. The inverted one did stress me out. That one did stress me out, actually. But I was able to do that in one session. So, like, it wasn't prolonged stress. It was quick. Like, oh my God, this is hard. This is hard. Okay, we're done. Yeah, great. Let's pack it up. Medusa was like day after day after day after day. I came back, and it still wasn't done. My work was never done. You know what? I was stressed out by that girl that says she astral projected into the 14. I was like, I colored a girl that astral projected. No. I'm like, I know I'll be talking, but that seems elaborate even for me. Are you applying more pressure with each layer? Yes. So as you see the paper start to get more coverage, that's more pressure I'm applying. And when you can, remember, try not to swipe or no swiping your little color pencil crumbs, because it can drag along the page, and then you're gonna have tears on it because you're gonna start crying. You're gonna start crying when you see them smudges. You're gonna be pissed as hell, and I promise you that. To maybe this color. And I'm just bringing all the colors on top of one another to help them blend together. And just carry those tones throughout. Because they're not exactly all where I want them to be, so I just kind of tone them as I go. Brush away, brush away, brush away. Alright, I'm gonna crisp up this edge real quick. Alright, so now let's do this section. It's a very bright edge, so I'm gonna come in with silver, what is this? Silver gray. Give it a sharpen. And let me see. 1114. Aha! Just as I suspected. He's the middle of the damn night. Let me make sure I save this picture, by the way, before I end up in a predicament. You weren't supposed to. And I did. You know, the mood changes, you know, something, the energy shifts when it gets around this time. It's almost like I can sense y'all getting all nestled in, y'all getting all cozy, rubbing your toesies together. I hear it. I hear the spark between the toes. Okay? It comes through. All right. Let's do more of like a French gray. And I was like basically on time today. Yippee! In response to my mishap, my incident yesterday. I definitely just nodded my rope. Exactly, precisely. I heard it. It sounded like a lock and key, okay? It sounded like that doom-doom in the beginning of Law and Order. So what was that? Was that somebody tying a knot their rope? What time was it? What was that sound? Did somebody's bonnet just go on? Time to pack it up, boys. Everybody cozy, and I'm sitting here sweating from the inside. Stressed. Scared. I wish it was bedtime for me. I know you get your day started, right? You're our coconut in Qatar, right, Charlie? I made the mistake of taking a nap. All my naps got interrupted today. It was crazy. I said, I know you lying. Every nap. I said, wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. Nobody wants mommy to take a little nappy nap. Just a little something. Do I have a darker French gray than this? Maybe I'll do sepia. And I have morning sickness. Not morning sickness. Well, does that mean congratulations are in order? Morning sickness is a good sickness because it's for a cause. Sickness for a cause. Oh, congratulations. When's the baby due? Morning sickness, that sounds like you're early on. Hopefully it's not lasting with you too far into the pregnancy. In January, oh, okay, you in the trenches. You in the middle of that first trimester. Okay, stick in there, my sister. Is this your first, second, third? 8th. You know, some of the coconuts, they got a whole school of kids. Okay. You have an Aquarius or a Capricorn. My second, another Capricorn. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. I'm married to a Capricorn. Very serious guy. Very serious dude. Me, however, I like to play and have fun. Well, wishing you a very healthy and not too morning sicknessy pregnancy. That's so exciting. We love the babies. We love the babies. First one was born December 24th. Wow. My dad is December 27th. Another Capricorn. We hard at it. Okay, I'm gonna do this one last triangle. So get ready. I'm a Christmas baby. My son is December 30th. Aww. My son is August 30th and I am August 19th. So we're 11 days, well, 26 years and 11 days apart. He likes to say we're only 11 days apart. I'm like, yeah, you skipping a couple things in between there, but okay. All right. Okay, it's happening here, folks. It's happening here, folks. So, I'm gonna work on this behind y'all's back tomorrow too. Tomorrow's my night off, but I'll work on this behind y'all's back. I'll record it, of course. Wait, why is she ignoring me? I need everyone. This is a quick PSA. I don't ignore y'all unless you're saying something ignorant. I don't ignore y'all, but you have to remember I'm actually doing something. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just simply don't see it. Okay? Give me the benefit of the doubt, please. So, as I was saying, tomorrow is my night off. I'm going to work on this so that it doesn't take 40 days and 40 nights. It's still going to take 40 days and 40 nights. Most definitely. Most definitely. But I don't want us to be doing it for a bunch of lives. I think we'll finish on Thursday, and then next week we'll start our calendar because we have 2 girls. Yes, 2 girls in the calendar for June. So that's going to take us a little time. And they have locks and that take up the whole page. So we got to get that started before the month is over. Before the month is over. So this might be something like what I did with Medusa, where I'm constantly working on it on the side and we're working on other projects simultaneously, because this might be a little more involved. Yeah. Yeah. So, this is Coloring with Coco Volume 10. This is my 10th edition of my coloring books. This is available in the link in my bio. We're going to restock some of the other books next week, so keep an eye out for that. I'll see you guys on Thursday, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'm trying to think. I don't think I should be late. We're going to dinner for my mom's birthday, but I think I'll be back in time. But I'll keep you guys posted if any changes or delays, okay? Have an amazing evening. I'll see you on the internet. Good night. I love you. Bye-bye.